This was a study that was done by the Global Banking Alliance for Women. And again, if you look at the trends, the green bars are the women trends. If you look at the growth, customer growth, if you look at volume credit, volume growth, deposit growth, the green bars are higher. Don't get me wrong, male customers still dominate banking. So on an actual dollar portfolio value, men are still by far the biggest. But you want to be where the growth trend is. If you're looking at the growth, this segment, the women's segment, is growing faster because it is becoming a greater awareness. And that's what I'm trying to point out in this slide. So IFC developed the Banking and Women program. It is both an investment program. So IFC's clients are banks and other financial institutions, non-bank financial institutions. In case you're not aware of IFC and what we do, we provide financing and we provide advice to banks. And so we've developed this program, Banking and Women program, which offers loans to banks. We did the first gender bond in Asia about 3 months ago in Thailand with Bay. So that was exciting. And then we provide blended finance, and here might be an opportunity for you to access. So what is blended finance? It is a kind of a donor tranche that gets blended with commercial funding to encourage banks to actually push them into lending to the women's segment. And then there's funding available for financial institutions to actually tap into that. So that's what IFC did. We developed a program with Goldman Sachs. They came in and provided the donor funding, and this allowed us to give incentives to banks. So if a bank outperforms their business as usual targets in growing their women's segment, we reduce the interest rate on the loan. So that's a pretty good incentive. And banks have saved $1 million, $2 million on the interest payments on the loans to us through this program. And in the end, the women's segment has benefited. But not only do we provide finance, we also provide advice. And to help the banks develop a strategy, it's not just about doing business as usual. It is about understanding what a woman customer needs and responding to that need. And often it's not about a product, because a loan is often a loan. And it's very different. You can try and, some people think it's about a pink credit card. I mean, it's providing meaningful financial services to women, not trying to do some marketing gimmick that you think this is going to work. Because they'll see through it, they'll smell, this is not serious. So you really got to understand the market segment and then develop your offering based on your understanding of the market. I've already explained this. This is the blended, where we offer interest rates, it's like an interest rate subsidy if you exceed targets. If you don't, then you don't get it. So it's not paid up front, it's only paid if you exceed the target. And then we also provide a risk share facility. Normally our risk share facility, the bank has to take the first loss, and then we share 50-50 on the second loss. But with blended, we can actually cut it halfway. We take 50% on IFC balance sheet and 50% on the bank's balance sheet because of the blended finance. I don't want to get too technical. So this is our global program. It's already over $2 billion. At the time I did this slide, it was at $1.9 billion that we've invested in banks, where that money is specifically targeted to women, SMEs. We've done about 53 banks and 39 advisory services to banks. And honestly, on the top graph, that just shows how we reached the 1.9 billion over the years. It's the bottom table that was interesting for us. I mean, we took our 2017 data of 154 banks that report to IFC on an annual basis, on a gender disaggregated basis, and we looked at the NPL, and the NPL for the women's segment was lower than for the male SME segment. It was like 3.6%, if I remember correctly, for women, and 4.5% was the NPL average rate for the 154 banks that reported. And on almost kind of every bank engagement, if you look at this stat, you are seeing that the portfolio quality is better. Now, we're not at the microfinance level where it's statistically proven to the extent that microfinance institutions only want to lend to women. But there's a mounting evidence showing that women are actually, at worst case, equal risk. That's at worst case. They're at equal risk to a male SME. And actually, to get a This is what we do advice to banks. We do a diagnostic, we understand which are the segments that they are interested in. Then we go and do focus groups with those segments, understand what the needs are, what do they like about the banking services, what don't they like, what are the trends, and then go and work with the bank to develop the solution. So we support the bank in developing the products, often it's policy and procedural changes, it is documentation that has just put women off, they don't want to come to your bank. So you're wondering, okay, like the previous speaker was saying, they don't want to knock on your door because the thing is too complicated. So how do you streamline, how do you make it simpler? This is just a client example. I've got a video, I think we'll probably show that later that we're speaking about it. And it just shows that within 1 year, how this bank portfolio grew by 62%, the women SME portfolio. The IRR on the investment in this project was over 33%. So really profitable for this bank, even in a very small country. This is a bank in Lebanon. And then just finally, I'll close on this slide before we show the video. What banks need to do to meaningfully reach women's SMEs is to recognize that there are nuances when targeting women as an SME versus men, and actually investing the time to understand what those nuances are, and then developing the offering alongside that. Most of these successful programs don't only have financial services, they also have non-financial services, access to training, consulting services, networking. That is a very important component of any program that targets women SMEs. Also invest in the training. I mean, you see the myths and perception of your bank staff. Just by the CEO saying that we are now going to target women SMEs, not going to change the mindset. They need to see the statistics. They need to see how critical this is to the strategy of the bank. This is not only because we want to be looking, not to look good to the outside. This is going to bring us, going to capture, we're going to beat the competition by doing this. So that training needs to happen with the frontline staff. Then to understand why you're going there, and sure, there's also a main social reason why you should be doing that. And then start gender disaggregated data. And that will give you more confidence to actually grow this data. So I'll stop there, and if you can share the video, that would be great. Thank you very much. Look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Yatta, for these insights on IFC's banking program. And let me officially welcome Mr. Max Bulakowski again, who as policy analyst and project manager will introduce us to how the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development addresses strengthening women's entrepreneurship in ASEAN. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm a little bit sorry for being late, but you know, it's been a long way here. But it's a great honor to be here, and especially it's an honor to speak with the private sector. Many of you coming from.
As well as Australia and New Zealand. But many people know our committees, and many countries are present in our committees. And we have about 40,000 experts coming to our committees, and many of them come from Southeast Asia, and we see that more and more are coming. So it's really great. And that's one of the reasons why since 2014 we have created Southeast Asia Regional Development Program, and we work a lot with all 10 ASEAN member states and together with the ASEAN Secretariat. And I'm happy to confirm that gender is one of the areas that we follow very actively, and as well as things related to investment and small medium enterprises, among other things. Now, for the presentation today, let's see if technology works. Maybe yes, maybe no. But basically, I wanted to give you a perspective, three perspectives. First of all, to explain how the situation looks like in the OECD member states, because we do have some data. Secondly, I wanted to see, I see. I think it's a PDF document, so that's why it goes slowly. Okay. A lot of clicks. And then I will speak about women's economic empowerment in partner countries and see how the perspective in Southeast Asia is different from the perspective in Latin America, for example. And finally, present you some of the findings from the recent reports we have produced in the region. So, first of all, as you can see, women's economic empowerment in the OECD is also an issue, and it's a big issue actually in many of our countries. This graph just presents you the difference in gender pay gap in the OECD member countries, and we see that in some of them the gap is huge, and we're working a lot on that. If we look at the in the gaps of the employment, we also see that it's much more difficult from the employment perspective to get a job, and generally women are paid much less. So, for example, women are 11 percentage points less likely to be paid employment than men, and and mothers are 43 percentage points less likely to be employed compared to the fathers. And also, women are disadvantaged in becoming managers and pay less, even across the OECD states. Now, one of the things I wanted to mention, where we're quite concerned actually. On one side, it is seen that while women are more likely to hold a university degree, and it's well understood that generally girls have better results in studying than men, when we look at STEM, and